My husband, 27M, grabbed and pinned me, 29F, down during an argument. Hi, I and my husband has been together for about 2.5 years and married for 1 year. We had a fight about something small that turned into something big, and parted ways on bad terms cause he had plans with his friends for a night out. I stayed at home and eventually went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night cause he stumbled into the apartment drunk knocking something over. When he came to bed we argued a bit more and then he stopped answering so I assumed he'd fallen asleep. I laid there for a while quiet and then said something along the lines of, "Bastard," cause I was just so frustrated. I know it's not good to name call but I was so mad and I thought he was asleep, but I heard him say, "What?" And then he sat up looking at me saying, "What did you call me?" I didn't answer him so he pulled the cover off of me and grabbed my arms and pinned me down on the bed putting himself over me. I kept telling him to let go of me, said, "Stop," and, "What are you doing?" But he ignored me and asked, "Why am I a bastard?" Over and over again and refused to let go. I tried to fight back and tried hitting him on his chest but he wouldn't let go, and as we struggled I eventually fell off the bed and landed on the floor and hit my shoulder on the radiator. I was a bit shocked and just sat there for a few seconds and then started crying and ran to the bathroom to get away from him. I've been in here for about an hour now and he hasn't made any attempts to talk to me and I just don't know what to do or feel. I don't know if he went back to sleep or what he's doing. Something like this has never happened before. At most we've raised our voices at each other but nothing like this. I don't know what to think of this. I do love him and I want to spend my future with him but I also feel somewhat violated and that this isn't okay. And the fact that he didn't say anything after or even checked if I was okay makes me feel even worse. He was pretty drunk but I know that shouldn't really be an excuse. I don't really have anyone to turn to cause we live in his country at the moment so I don't have family or anyone that I'm close enough with to spend the night at their house or anything. I don't know what I'm looking for here either but I just needed to tell someone what happened and maybe make some sense of it. Advice? It's a scary thing to realize how vulnerable we are when we should be safe with the one we love. I'd advise serious caution and take time to really reflect on your relationship. Have there been things he's done or said that you've minimized, ignored or overlooked? Time to re-examine them to consider in light of these recent actions. Are you safe right now? Are you still in the bathroom? From your post history, it seems like you might be in Korea. Here's resources I could find. Before you can process or try to make sense of this, you need to make sure you are safe. If you're writing this in a way that sounds like this just happened and you are still in the bathroom to get away from him, trying to break this down on an emotional level is not really a goal that we should pursue at this time. Where the relationship in a broad sense goes from here will be entirely dependent on how repentant and committed to change he is for what he has done. You need to make sure that your own safety is secured, first and foremost. Do you have anywhere safe you can go? Something like this has never happened before. This was the first time, but statistically it will not be the last time. What happened is not okay. Excusing it on him being drunk is not okay. I've been blackout drunk and never laid a hand in anger on my wife. And as much as you love the man you thought he was when you married him, he's not that guy. He's the guy that puts his hands on you in anger. He's the guy that you are no longer safe with. If you have a decent relationship with your family, you should call them and ask for help, even if they're not close by. It always starts with one time. What you are describing is a physical assault. My advice is to leave while you still can. He's crossed a line and there'll be no going back. Next time will be worse. I also advise making a police report. You will need a paper trail. My 37 female husband, 34 male, is checking my to-do list and holding resentment. I have ADHD and PPD. I'm almost 8 months postpartum. I was on medication before I got pregnant that kept me really on top of my shit. I haven't started it back up, appointment next week actually, because I lost my job and therefore insurance once baby came and my mat leave ended. I recently have been doing better with the depression. I've been working out. I got a part-time job on the weekends so we are doing better financially. Things are okay. Normally I really struggle with memory, starting things and not finishing them, cleaning up after myself while I'm making dinner or just doing anything really. So I make myself lists. I give myself Monday to chill and Tuesday Friday to get my lists done. That is on top of cooking all of our meals from scratch, doing all the errands, and all the normal household stuff. Sometimes there are things on my list I don't accomplish by Friday afternoon. I just roll those over to next week's list. Eventually I get things done. This is my own personal list for myself. The other day my husband and I got into an argument which is pretty rare. When we were resolving it, he brought up how upset it makes him that I never get things done. That he thinks I don't do anything while he is at work. I asked him why he couldn't see how much I do and why he can't appreciate my contribution to this family. That I literally work 7 days a week between being a stay-at-home mom and working weekends. We are screen-free, so I spend most of my day engaged with our child. The free time I do have is spent cleaning and cooking. He told me when he gets home he is focusing on the dogs, getting out of his work clothes and eating. So he doesn't notice most of what I've been doing. I told him that his apathy is not my problem. He said that he has been checking my personal to-do list and sees that nothing gets done, so he feels I am unreliable. I asked him why he wouldn't just trust me that I am doing a lot. He couldn't answer me. It started a whole other argument. I felt very hurt. To make it worse, he said he should be able to add things to my list and that I should write down what I do all day so he can check it when he gets home. I told him I am not his employee and I will not be doing that. That my list is for me only. He comes home to a healthy, happy baby, a clean house, a delicious plate of his favorite foods, and an at least showered and clothed wife. Lol. He told me that if it were the other way around he would have no problem proving what he does, so it makes it seem worse that I won't. He doesn't understand the level of hurt I feel from the things he said. He can't see my point of view. Things still aren't okay between us and I don't really know where to go from here. Mostly just venting, but do I have a right to feel like I shouldn't have to prove anything to him? It feels like logging work hours. Just want to add that I literally get zero decompression time. Maybe a bath by myself once a week. I make sure to carve out 1.52 hours most weekdays for my husband to get free time for gaming or whatever. Usually during bath and bedtime routine for baby. When I try to bring this up or how little time I have of my own, he just says, "You wanted this," referring to planning the pregnancy. I really feel like he is being too hard on me, that he doesn't see how good he has it. Too long did not read. My husband of 4 years has started keeping tabs on my personal to-do list and holding resentment when I don't accomplish all of my tasks. He is slowly sliding into undefendable territory and he needs a reality check. I'd ask him specifically what doesn't get done. Ask for a list of what he does and the amount of time each takes. He said he'd be happy to provide the list, so he should do it. I'd make it a point to leave him with the baby and go out for a day. Or plan yourself a mini vacation and he can see what you do for a weekend. If he says, "Fine, it can't be that hard," then he really doesn't understand. If he goes, "You can't do that, bluster bullshit," then he's just being an ass and you have to look into why he's suddenly throwing shit in your face and picking fights. Usually that happens when cheating occurs or people want out of the relationship. Get a pack of sticky notes. Stick them on everything after every task. On the stove cooked dinner. On the fridge went grocery shopping. On the hamper did laundry. On the floor swept up. On the trash can took trash out. On the baby's forehead fed and changed diaper. Get different colors and do this every day. Obviously this is going to get downvoted because it's silly and petty, but I'm just saying. Edit: I am living for the shared pettiness of the upvotes. I was fully expecting to get trashed for this open mouth smile. Your husband is a dick. He should not have access to your personal to-do lists, much less be checking your progress or adding stuff to it. He's not your fucking boss. I have to say, when I was postpartum, I made little lists for myself, but honestly the things on it were, eat something, or take shower, or get dressed. I didn't even have postpartum depression, but I couldn't remember to do stuff because I was so exhausted from caring for my baby. Your husband doesn't seem to like or respect you much. I would stop for a few days and let him see how much you do that he has no idea about. Let things pile up. Prob not the best advice, but I'm petty. Person shrugging. The fact that you are a stay-at-home mom does not mean you should get zero time for yourself. Maybe the problem is that you are doing too much and he thinks that doing something for the dogs, getting dressed, and getting 1-2 hours of gaming a day is not enough for himself. Sorry, is he like a king or something? Of course he is working, but you are with a baby 24/7 and let's be honest, it's work and it's not like fun. Maybe like 30 minutes it's nice, but that's it. Maybe he needs to stay alone with the baby tomorrow or Sunday for a couple of hours, see how he likes it. While he is at it, he should also cook, clean, and do something from his personal list, whatever that means. My 30M wife, 30F, seems to like her coworker. My 33M wife, 33F, seems to like her new coworker. My wife made a friend at work that she admitted she found attractive. I'm cool with all that. I believe there will always be attractive people around. Like other women that I could be attracted to besides my wife, and the same for my wife, she may be attracted to other guys on and off. She did say that he reminds her of me. We are quite similar. We all became family friends because our kids are close in age. Eventually though, I began to get a weird feeling from him. The vibes were off. I began to realize bro was trying to flirt with my wife whenever his wife wasn't around. He would even do it right in front of me. He would also try to belittle me every now and then. I also began to notice that he didn't really want to hang out if my wife wasn't going to be there. I talked to my wife about it. We both agreed there was intentional flirting that was especially obvious when his wife wasn't around. She did admit that she was flirty towards him as well, which probably made things worse. I told her I wasn't cool with her being around him. I do trust her, in the sense that I know she wouldn't try to have a physical affair, but he was a jerk and was basically trying to out-alpha me. She has other guy friends that all pass the vibe check. This guy is the only one I've had a weird feeling about though. She struggled with it because she does like him, as a friend she says, but eventually agreed to avoid him and said that she'll do that because she loves me. I feel a little bad because I felt like she enjoyed having him around. I asked her if she's emotionally attached to this guy, she said no. She says she just thinks of him as a close friend and she cares about him. She has admitted that she would see him as dating material if she and him were both single. I suspect there's a little bit of an emotional affair going on, but when I asked my wife, she says no. What do you guys think? Also, how do you think I should handle this situation? Is it fair to ask my wife not to hang out with him at work anymore? I typically cut such people out of my life. Would that be a good way to go about it? Are you guys like in an open relationship? I mean, what did I just read? She has been clear that she finds him attractive and has flirted with him as well. No wonder he is flirting with her too. What's so diff to understand in this? If she really gave a damn about you, she wouldn't be flirting with him. Being attracted is a human thing and cannot be denied. Flirting with him and cares about him, lol. Why are you even with her then unless you have done the same or intend to do the same in future? What is it with people nowadays? The idea of being loyal to someone or just sticking to someone you have gotten married to or love is an alien concept. No wonder so many fucked up relationships around. This entire thing doesn't sit right with me, but to each their own. Close friends, don't belittle your spouse. Good for you guys that you can be open and adult about attraction and other people, but trying to keep him around as a pet once he has equally openly declared himself a wannabe threat to your relationship is not the way. Hope you enjoy sharing, bro. Your wife had an affair when she admitted to flirting, you doormat. This isn't normal. Coming from someone roughly the same age as you, this is a really weird dynamic. Your wife is telling you she'd date him if you weren't in the picture and finds him attractive. She's also said she'll stop seeing him because she loves you. For some reason that makes it sound like she putting problem on you rather than her allowing this man to think it's okay to flirt with her and in front of you. He's incredibly disrespectful, and that is the reason your wife should stop seeing him, not because you don't like it. We're human and yes, we will find other people attractive, but I think you're both a bit too open with each other about it. Sounds like your wife has at least a small bit of feelings for him. WTF did I just read? Do people your age think flirting is okay? I would be questioning my whole marriage if my husband flirted with someone. I, 37F, feel humiliated by my husband's behavior, 36M. Can you help me get through this? I, 37F, have been married to my husband, 36M, for 14 years, together 20. We have 5 kids, 14Y down to 3 yo. On New Year's Eve we'd planned to visit friends, couple A, in the evening, then family for midnight, both being bring your own beer things. We were running late and I was pissed at him gaming till last minute, leaving me to manage me and the kids. I didn't have time to do dinner without being over an hour late, so we picked up McDonald's on the way. When we parked I told him to deal with the drinks and I'll get the tech bag. Quote here is important as it's part of our argument. We get inside and the kids asks for their drinks. Apparently because I didn't explicitly say to bring them, I'm at fault, and he huffed about getting them because he didn't want to walk all the way down the street to get them. So I go and get them. I get back up and he's asking where his are, but they are still in the car, in a cool bag, because I didn't know his McDonald's one was empty and I believed they were for the family event. It was clear he wasn't happy and wife got him a drink. Fast forward an hour or so and our friends, who are new parents, baby has a blowout and they ran out of wipes. Not something couple own. I said we have some in the car, but I was managing our rambunctious 3 yo so couldn't go, and reminded him he could also choose his bottle. Before he could protest too much, blowout baby's dad dragged him up and basically told him to get on with being responsible in more subtle terms. He got back and asked why I hadn't brought up the changing back, as I'd already been back to the car once. Like I can foresee the future. Blowout baby's mum checked on me cause she was major pissed at my husband. When she left she even said to him he was asking like a jerk. For the rest of the evening at both places he just focused on enjoying himself and drinking, and just after midnight I took all the kids home, alone. And he reappeared loudly at 8 a.m. having gotten a lift from another family member. We've not seen couple A since New Year till this week cause life and living and kids and just, well, life. And they apologized for not giving my husband a slap that night cause he was being a really douche, and they hoped that he'd gotten over whatever was up with him. Over the last few months I've realized that I actually get this a lot, these moments when he's not the team player I need him to be, forgets to do what's been asked of him and just generally lost in his own activities. When I call him out he apologizes because more proactive for a while, then it just drops off again. I'm at the point that I don't even want to bother asking him to do anything cause there is just no point. And I feel like I can't complain cause he does, consistently, get up on school mornings and helps me get everyone ready and out, almost on time. By this I mean that 3 get collected and the other 2 need to have left by 8:15, and this only happens if he's taking the kids and I'm ensuring they're fully ready to leave. If I'm on the run there is always still bags, drinks or lunches to deal with. We did have one morning when I actually got a lie-in and he got them all ready and just woke me to watch the 3 yo cuz it wasn't their nursery day. But it was a weird night for him as he fell asleep really early, like 9 p.m., and woke up at 5 a.m. Whereas he usually goes to bed at 3 a.m. What is your take on all this? I need more input. Blowout Mum is my bestie, but she's very philosophical and always gets me to think about my own answers, which I love but feel I need something extra. This looking back at New Year and realizing it's like that a lot, but that day really humiliated me. I just keep mulling it over, feeling hurt all over again. Oh, and I dunno if it's relevant, but in January I had a bit of a mental breakdown, just because everything is overwhelming and 5 kids and the post-Christmas come down. I am fine now, but I'm starting to wonder if that night was what caused the avalanche that followed. You have 6 kids. He's never taken on a morning on his own? Even the newborn's dad was telling him to step up. You don't complain because he helps in the morning? That's his job as a father to 5 kids. Staying up until 3 playing video games? Wow. The same reason he's usually missing in action, right? Another single mom with a husband. If you got divorced, you would have days off. Life would be easier. You're staying for the kids, right? This is what they will emulate. Don't you want more for them? A true partner? I would have a sit-down conversation and ask for couples counseling to specifically address this and let him know that if he doesn't step up right now, it's divorce. Seriously. Him gaming till last minute, leaving me to manage me and the kids. He huffed about getting them because he didn't want to walk all the way down the street to get them. So I go and get them. He just focused on enjoying himself and drinking, and just after midnight I took all the kids home, alone. You enable him by not setting and enforcing boundaries, or worse yet, in some situations you reward his behavior by giving him the freedom to do what he wants while you handle the things that need to get done. All of your kids are autistic and you didn't think it was a responsibility to stop sooner so that these children could get more one-on-one attention? 5 kids are difficult to give enough attention even if they aren't autistic. Also, he didn't just pop up one day and act like this. Why on earth did you keep having kids? My thought is that you're codependent on him and really work to make yourself stuck so that you can't live without him. You'll cling to him and torture yourself into trying to get him to grow up every single day until you die or he does. I don't know if it has always been a thing, but over the past few years, I have noticed how so many people are not self-aware or aware of their surroundings. In your case, it is like your husband is focused on his life, his needs, his comfort, that he literally doesn't think of helping the children or you without prompting. There is no part of his brain that kicks in and says, help her, but instead you, friends and family are expected to prompt him to action, and then he makes you feel crappy for doing it. I would think after 5 kids, you home life and parenting would be a like well-oiled machine. You shouldn't feel like you are doing this all on your own. P.S. He needs a vasectomy. You're married to an AH. This guy is a terrible example for your kids on how a partner should treat you. I hope you talk to a therapist to help you find your worth. Your husband treats you like garbage and you keep staying. Stop saying he helps you or should help you. He's their father. What he should be doing is called parenting his own kids. Help reframes it as your responsibility alone, and anything he does is a bonus. That is wrong.